Hi guys, in this video I'm going to talk to you about a common problem I see a lot of people doing when they're performing the deadlift, okay? So this problem is bouncing the weight off the floor. So essentially the best way to describe it is as soon as the individual performs the eccentric, which is the lowering portion of the deadlift, as soon as that weight touches the floor, the weight's being pulled back up again, okay? You really want to try and avoid this, main reason being you're just putting your back into a compromised position and it's just simply not necessary. So the key thing I want you to focus on once you've performed the lowering portion of the deadlift is to essentially pause for half a second to a second, allow yourself to reset and essentially get that upper back tightness, take the slack out of the bar, then you're going to pull the weight off the floor. This is so paramount to essentially reset your start position before each repetition. Otherwise you're just putting your back in a compromised position, it's just not necessary. So here's a few things to focus on. The first thing I want to mention is make sure you're using the correct plate sizes. You really want to focus on trying to use the largest plates within your gym. The main reason being this is going to essentially mean that the bar is going to be further off the floor and it's essentially going to allow you to get a safer starting position. So essentially if the bar's higher off the floor, your back is going to be in a much more neutral and stable position to start the movement. From there, really focus on every single repetition, focus on that upper back tightness and focus on taking the slack out of the bar. So that therefore means before each rep, make sure your arms are completely locked out, whether you're doing traditional grips, so 2 hands over or 1 hand over, 1 hand under. Make sure they're locked out, because the amount of times I see people perform the deadlift and they're not even tight in their arms, okay? This is so important. From there, make sure you've got that upper back tightness. You're really focused on trying to bring your shoulders back. You're focusing on keeping that chest up. And you're really focusing on almost trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're really focusing on that tightness. From there, you really want to focus on, I know this sounds counterintuitive, but you actually want to focus on pushing your feet through the floor. Now in one of my previous videos I talked about trying to push through your heels. However, seeing a recent Bryce Lewis video and also experimenting on this myself, he talks more about placing the weight throughout the mid-foot. So instead of placing your weight through your heels, really focus on driving through the mid-foot. And it's amazing how much difference this makes. So therefore, instead of focusing on trying to pull the weight off the floor, you're focusing on driving that mid-foot through the floor, you're focusing on trying to squeeze them glutes together, keep that upper back tightness, and then obviously the weight's going to come up much more easily. So just a couple of important cues. Don't bounce the weight on the floor, focus on the upper back tightness, slack out of the bar, drive through the mid-foot, and that's really going to help you with your deadlift exponentially. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a good day, thank you very much.